Okay, I'll just read this. Okay, Tommy, wake up. Why are you waking me up so early? Because you have to go to your friend's house. Come on. Okay, let me get dressed. Okay. Guess I'll just read this. Okay, let's go. Okay. Oh. She left to go to her friend's house. And I guess she took Tommy to his friend's house too. And she went to her friend's house. So. Sweetie, wake up. Why so early? Because your friend's coming over. Oh yeah, my friend's coming over. Okay. I'll get dressed. Okay.
Before he spoke to the Israeli population, he spoke to the world as they stand with us. He mentioned everything from the Bible and Samson to the Holocaust to every possible image as they stand with us. We saw Israel's IDF spokesperson making statements in English.
I'm going to get dressed.
Why Israel is doing this. Now also the United Nations making statements coming on 11 p.m. Making statements in the United Nations.
Stinks in here.
Trying to say when
My goodness, Mom!
almost like remember
Oh my
it's
God.
okay to be on Israel's side.
Yes.
That's what I think they're all
Look.
trying to leverage to some extent.
Oh my God.
Again,
Oh, that's your sister's
the
problem.
Iranian, the
Okay.
spokesperson of the Iranian military guard has said Israel and the United States will pay a heavy price for what has happened. What that means is Iran actually attack the United States.
Whatever.
But they're implying it's not on the table. I think one of the reasons they're saying that also is a signal to U.S. President Trump. We're willing to attack, trying to make things out and saying if you stay out of this, maybe it's in your interest because you don't want to be dragged into this. Speculation on my part. That was a statement of the Iranian military staff.
Me. Hi, ready. Can my friend come over? She's gonna be here in just a second. Okay. Beep. Stay here. Hello. Hi. She's over there. You can drop her off. Or you could drop her off right here. Okay. Bye, sweetie. Bye, Mama.
Of the security presence, right there, you can see the road is blocked off. Those officials there putting up yellow tape and also blocking the street with their patrol cars as well. So we're seeing this response, all of this in relation to what we're seeing happen in the Middle East after Israel did set off some of these attacks in Iran. Alone, I have to ask you, is this an expected
Okay, honey, what did you bring?
for the police to now
This is my dog.
guarding there in Washington,
Okay, sweetie.
D.C.?
Hi. Hi. Okay, what did she pack? Okay, a blow dryer, some lotion, hairbrush, pajamas, and a toothbrush. Okay.
Military to attack the United States. First of all, geographically, that's just not very
She didn't bring an outfit for day after today. I guess it's okay. I'll tell her mom to bring her outfit over. Okay. Hi. Hi. Oh yeah, don't worry about that. That's my sissy's cat. It's her problem. Okay. Yeah, that's gross. Yeah. Well, let me introduce you something. Hey, Mommy. Yeah? Can we eat all of the cake from our cake stash? Pretend that didn't happen.
Of local disruption. There is, it's very
What?
in the United States. We're seeing the riots in Los Angeles. There are going to be protests throughout.
Well,
Scheduled, and very likely there is concern that when
yeah.
tensions are high, and then
Okay.
when Israel is involved in attacks in Iran, and possibly will
Okay, let me bring this up.
on targets in Israel. Right after October 7th, we saw a
We can eat all of this cake if you want. Yeah.
attacks against Muslims throughout the United States. That was not sleeper agents of Israel or of Hamas. That was just people who felt enraged and felt, I need to act. We have seen a lot more action in the United States in the last several months of local people, again, not agents of foreign powers, just local Americans who have carried out anti-Semitic attacks because they are just angry at Israel. So very, very likely,
Okay, let's
the
go.
concern right now is just tensions are high. Iran is probably going to call upon people to retaliate. That doesn't mean that they have sleeper agents that are going to actually do anything, but there is concern. There is concern in the United States because you never know when someone is
Let's
going
find
to
these.
decide, okay, now I need to retaliate. I just
Where are your
want
siblings?
to do something.
They both went to the friend's house, so Mom told me you could come over. Oh.
Although this is the perfect time, go ahead and give us those updates.
I'm done.
So, two things. Over the last week,
Same.
there were a lot of reports of disagreements between Israel and the United States.
Well, what do you want to do now?
Netanyahu
I don't
and
know.
Trump about attacking Iran. Sources in Israel, which I emphasize, there's sources in Israel that have an interest in saying this, are reporting in the last hour
Okay.
that Israel plans this attack on Iran already
Don't go to mom.
Monday.
Thursday, no, but my mom can. I'm gonna have to stay home and now I can watch you. Oh, okay. Mama? Yes, sweetie. Can you go to the mall and get us some goodies? Sure.
That they did not deny those agreements because they wanted it to seem like
Let's go to the mall.
Israel knocked out.
Okay.
So that's a report that over the last week there have been a lot of different leaks that Trump told Netanyahu don't attack. Israel and the United States. Israeli sources are currently reporting that no, that was all a facade north of Iran.
Okay. Okay, you'll get them both some ice cream. No. Nah. Okay. Got this. Now I'm gonna get another one.
That is the price that we have to pay in order to ensure that Iran does not have a nuclear bomb. Our attacks are expected to continue in the coming days. There are many more targets.
There. Okay.
Iranian attack, and B,
I can't get a shopping mall.
continue to attack. Now, again, that's rhetoric. That doesn't mean it's actually going to happen, but as far as Israel is
Okay.
concerned, Israel is preparing for a long weekend.
That's a perfect point today. This says as well from pretty easier Republicans saying an Israeli source told him that Israel was able to surprise Iran. Israel managed to hit 7 targets in the heart of Tehran to eliminate multiple senior Iranian regime leaders simultaneously in different spots. All right, again, we've been here with Dr. Lone Bernstein. We're going to take this time to slide away for a quick 2-minute break. Then right here,
These are not for them. They are, but it's for Gabrielle and her brother. It's not for Lily. It's not for Lily. Oh, perfect.
Always ready for your next adventure. But that's just how we do around the park, around them friends.
Okay.
That's just how we do it here.
Okay. And then I gotta get a phone for me. Okay, I'm gonna go back home. Okay, you guys, after you eat your ice cream, we're gonna go to bed. Aw, but we barely had any fun. I know you guys, but whenever the sleepovers, we're not doing much. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, pretend she said okay. Oh yeah, and pretend she paid. Okay. Pretend she carried that there. These things that I am carrying over here, pretend she's carrying them.
Thanks for being with us here on Live Now from Fox. Of course, we've been covering this story now for the last 3 hours as we had this breaking news as we brought it to you on our airwaves here in Israel. They targeted strikes there in Iran. This was on some of those nuclear facilities. They're now bracing for retaliation as well.
Here you go, sweetie.
As the sun is coming up there in Israel. To showcase the live picture that we have there in Jerusalem at this hour. As again, the sun is rising there
Here you
in
go.
the Middle East. But the biggest news, again, with these attacks happening, the pace and tensions reached new heights.
Okay, pretend she didn't eat the container.
Advancing nuclear program. So we do know that
Pretend they're not eating the container.
nuclear site, Israeli Prime
Okay.
Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will hear those
You guys, it's bedtime. Get in your pajamas and go to bed.
targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz, and the country's ballistic missile system, as well as
Guess I'll
top
just sit
nuclear
here.
scientists and other officials. And again, we've been hearing some of these reports according to the Associated Press.
Okay, we gotta go to bed. Okay.
From Iranian state media.
Okay, I'm gonna brush my teeth. Actually, no, let's get in our pajamas first.
General Salami, he's the lead of Iran's Revolutionary Guard. He's feared dead at this moment, and so those reports coming in for Iranian state media that he is dead. We'll wait to confirm those again as we're going throughout this evening. But again, these updates are coming in minute by minute in this situation as it is very tense. But again, if you're just now joining us, you may not have seen this video footage as well that we have. I want to show you this vantage point that some of those cameras were able to capture in the region. This is the moment that some of those targeted attacks began in Iran. And some of the
Mom will
cameras
find
that
you
are
a bed.
capturing the impact
Okay.
that made flashes of light there going across your screen. Just able to
You can't sleep in my
what
brother's
truly is
bed
happening there in the Middle East.
because Mama's worried.
So in the
Like,
waking hours as the
like
sun
you
begins
get
to
something
rise
on
there,
it,
also
or
showing you a few
not to be
vantage points
rude,
that
but
we've seen in
you know.
response. There are
Yeah, yeah.
several buildings
Okay.
there in the region that have suffered
You
damage
guys pretend she's not
to
sleeping.
according to these attacks that have happened there as well. Also want to put up some of this video that showcases the smoke that was rising.
I gotta find her.
And again, we've been showcasing some of this as this time has gone on. We've heard as well, again, from the United States also responded with a warning. U.S. Secretary
Hopefully they'll fall asleep.
Marco Rubio said that Israel took unilateral action against Iran, warning Iran not to target U.S. forces in retaliation. But if you remember, reporting here on Live Now from Fox that in recent days, U.S. began pulling some diplomats from Iraq's capital, offering voluntary evacuations as well for families of U.S. troops in the wider Middle East.
Sweetie, I got you a bed. Okay,
These breaking news alerts are continuing to happen here in the newsroom.
there you
And
go.
also some
Thanks.
of this footage.
Oh yeah, I gotta brush my teeth.
Hours since this is
Let's go.
happening to a close.
Okay.
We're just looking
Wait,
at
I
some
gotta
of the
get my
damage that's
pajamas.
also been done there
Okay.
in Iran as a result of some of these attacks. And some of these updates coming in from the Associated Press just moments ago, saying that the strike on Iran pushed push the Israeli military to its limits, using air-to-air
And I gotta put some
propellers
lotion
and
on.
fighter jets just close enough to attack. It wasn't immediately clear, though, at this time if Israeli jets entered Iranian airspace or just fired.
Okay, let's go brush our teeth. Oh yeah, I need my toothbrush.
Over another country. Israel, though, has previously attacked Iran in the same way. So another update just coming in from the Associated Press. Israel strikes are said now
Okay.
come days before six
Okay, let's
rounds
go.
of talks were planned between Iran and the U.S. over Tehran's rapidly advancing nuclear program. It's supposed to happen Sunday in Oman. U.S. President Donald Trump and his new administration have been seeking a deal that would halt Iranian's nuclear program in exchange for sanctions.
Wait, I forgot to
It
put
hasn't been
toothpaste.
completely clear, though, how these strikes.
Yeah, you can use the toothpaste you want.
But again, U.S.
Okay.
Secretary of State saying that Israel
And you can use our mint kind or our blueberry kind. Okay, I use blueberry. Okay.
So much of this international conflict, Benjamin Netanyahu, he spoke. He had brief remarks. Let's re-listen to
Oh, wait.
those here on Live Now. Stay back.
This operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat.
Oh yeah, pretend she doesn't have that face on. Pretend she, like, yeah. I just need her teeth to be
They backed up
showing.
their genocidal rhetoric with a program to
Okay.
develop nuclear weapons. In recent years, Iran has
Bro,
produced enough
can you just stop the
uranium
toothbrush?
for 9 atom bombs. 9.
There.
In recent months, Iran has taken steps that it has never taken before.
Okay.
Steps to weaponize this enriched uranium. If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months, less than a year. This is a clear and present danger to Israel's
Oh, wait.
very survival.
Toothpaste.
80 years ago, the Jewish people were the victims of a Holocaust perpetrated by the Nazi regime.
Okay.
Today, the Jewish state refuses to be a victim of a nuclear
Okay, let's go.
Holocaust perpetrated by the Iranian regime. Now, as Prime Minister, I've made it clear time and again, Israel will never allow those who call for our annihilation to develop the means to achieve that goal. Tonight, Israel backs those words with action.
Okay.
We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear enrichment program. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear weaponization program.
I'll just play on.
We targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz. We targeted Iran's
Okay.
leading nuclear scientists working on the Iranian bomb. We also struck at the heart of Iran's
Pretend it was
ballistic
already
missile
nighttime in the first place.
Last year, we fired 300 ballistic missiles at Israel. Each of these missiles
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
carries a ton of explosives and threatens the
Morning.
lives
Morning.
of hundreds of people. Soon,
We don't need to
those
get
missiles
dressed.
could carry
I
a
will.
nuclear payload,
No.
threatening the lives
It's fine.
not of
Okay.
but of millions. Iran is gearing up to produce 10,000s of those ballistic missiles within 3 years. Now just imagine 10,000 tons of TNT landing on a country the size of New Jersey. This is an intolerable threat. It must be stopped. Iran is now working on what it calls the new plan to destroy Israel. You see, the old plan failed. Iran and its proxies tried to encircle Israel with a ring of fire and to attack us with the horrible attack on October 7th. But the people of Israel, the soldiers of Israel, rose like lions to defend our country. We crushed Hamas, we devastated Hezbollah, we hit Iranian proxies in Syria and Yemen. And when Iran directly attacked us twice last year, we struck
Okay.
back inside Iran itself. Yet in defending ourselves, we also defend others. We defend our Arab neighbors. They too have suffered from the pain of chaos and carnage. Our actions against Iran's
Oh yeah, I can't let her know that, because then she'll get jealous.
the new government in Lebanon and the collapse of Assad's murderous regime in Syria. Peoples of those two countries now have a chance for a different future.
Okay.
Better future. So too, the great people of Iran. And I have a message for them. Our fight is not with you. Our fight is with the brutal dictatorship that has oppressed you for 46 years. I believe that the day of your liberation is near. And when that happens,
Okay.
the great friendship between our two ancient peoples will flourish once again. I want
ensure the civilized world,
Okay.
we will not let the world's most
I always get my hair wet in the
get
mornings.
the world's most dangerous weapons. And Iran plans to give the nuclear weapons to its terrorist partners. That would make the nightmare of nuclear terrorism all too real. The increasing range of Iran's ballistic missiles would bring that nuclear nightmare to the cities of Europe and eventually to America. Remember, Iran calls Israel the small Satan. It calls America the great Satan. And this is why
I'm gonna get dressed because I'm about to go home.
the chance of
Okay.
death to Israel and death to America.
Maybe. I'll just get dressed back. My
Responding to these
outfit.
genocidal calls with action and with a call of our own. Long live Israel and long live America. Our action
Sweetie, I'm
will
here.
make the world
Oh, just in
a
time.
safer place. I
Bye.
want to thank President
Bye.
Trump for his leadership in confronting Iran's nuclear weapons.
She left.
He has made clear
Okay.
time and again that Iran
Didn't even
cannot
get time to
have
have
a
breakfast
nuclear
with her.
Today, it
It's
is
okay.
clear that Iran is just buying time.
Here, I'll go put
It
this back.
refuses to agree to this basic requirement of peaceful nation.
I mean, we don't have a cake stash anymore, so.
And act now. The hardest decision any leader has to make is to thwart a danger before it is fully materialized. Nearly a century ago, facing the Nazis, a generation of leaders failed to act in time. They were paralyzed by the horrors of World War I. They were determined to avoid war at all costs, and they got the worst war ever. They adopted a policy
Okay, that's going to be
of
the end of today's roleplay. Bye, y'all. Peace.
That failure to act resulted in World War